Good morning, everyone. My name is Manas Chawla, and I'm the founder and CEO of London Politica. I'm here today at the Bled Strategic Forum, and on the sidelines, I've had the pleasure to be joined by His Excellency Prime Minister Dritan Abazović. Prime Minister, it's very good to see you again, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much for this opportunity and with a great pleasure.
Absolutely. Prime Minister, you've got a very packed schedule today, and at this conference, we're talking about a very diverse range of topics, everything from the future of hybrid warfare to building a post-pandemic economy. I'm wondering what is top of your mind, what's top of your agenda, and what would you like to see be the outcome of this conference?
We just start last night with we have one dinner, but working dinner with the Prime Minister of Slovenia, and was also another prime ministers of the region of Western Balkan. And for our six countries, the most important thing is how to improve and how to move forward in European integration in this very complex situation globally and the geopolitical challenges. I think that now we should find a solution to use the opportunity and to move on. Because without that, I think that day by day we will be in the problems, and the idea is to find a solution to use this maybe crisis
Hmm.
like opportunity, and to see how we can be more successful in our cooperation between our countries, but also in cooperation with the EU. I think that the EU finally starting to think about the reliving of the enlargement process. And after last night, I think that we heard some maybe new ideas how things can change also inside of EU. I'm talking about the decision-making process, because the situation with Ukraine and some another challenges around the world, and you see that another global organization starting to extend to get the new members, uh, starting to give the motivation also to EU to don't be so strict
Hmm.
in the context of the enlargement, but to understand that without the cooperation, especially with the countries which are in this part of the world, uh, they can be also in the problem. Because if we don't have the impact of EU, we will have impact on some third sides, and that can be problematic for us. So idea is to move on, but to move on, we need to have the flexibility for the both sides. This is the two-way street. It's not a one-way street, but it's a two-way street. And of course, that we have some homeworks, some internal challenges which we need to fix, but definitely also we need to see the will and optimism of EU to be ready to accept another members. This is the what we talked last night about the today forum. Mm, um, I think that managing with the crisis everywhere was something what we talk a lot of time, and I think that we will repeat today, because now we need to find a solution how we can prepare our continent for the challenges which are connected with the war in Ukraine, and how we can be more, let's say concrete in the moving forward in the economical development. Um,
Yeah.
I think that the Montenegro is a small economy, but definitely um, doing well, but it's still far from that what is our, let's say, our capacity. I think that there is a lot of space for the improving. So it will be good to discuss today with the colleagues, with the experts. Bled Strategic Forum is very specific. I was maybe 10 years ago like young leaders in that time, and I want to mention this because it's connected with exactly what you promote, that in that time we have the young leaders, but not only from politics,
Hmm.
but from the different sectors like IT, like healthcare, like people who have different occupation. And I think that always is good from, I'm not saying only from young, but also for another participants to hear about new ideas which are around us, because some of that ideas can really change our life in some positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to touch on, obviously the theme of the Ukrainian-Russian war looms large over the conference, and Montenegro has very much played a key role. It's, in terms of refugees accepted per capita, it's really been among the highest on the list. I'm wondering, kind of in the future, after the war ends, in terms of building the European project, what do you see being Montenegro's role in that?
Montenegro play very constructive role in the context of war of in Ukraine. You are right. In one moment, that was two months ago. I don't know exactly now the statistics because it's touristic season and a lot of people are inside the country. But before this touristic season start, Montenegro was the country who have with the percentage per capita the most Ukrainian refugees in the world. So around 5% of our population was Ukrainian, but this is not something which is most important. Most important thing is that everybody in Montenegro feel very comfortable and very safe. From my point of view, they feel like at home.
Hmm.
So we didn't recognize any incident, problems, things. It's true that you always have some request for the state, for the support for something. It's true, but we are very satisfied that we don't see any kind of problems or any kind of criticism from that people who coming in one very problematic situation which have in northern country to Montenegro and find, let's say, the home for the one period of time. So all of us praying and have the wish to see the end of the world as end of the war as soon as possible. We don't know. I cannot say in this moment how things will develop. I am more than sure that Ukrainian will win in the end of, let's say, in the end of the day, in the end of the process. But um, probably it take time, and it's not so easy to predict when that will be.
Hmm.
What we trying to do is to support Ukraine, and I am happy that together with a lot of another leaders from the European countries, in some of the conference we decide to start the rebuilding of the Ukrainian immediately,
Hmm.
not to wait for the end of the war, because nobody knows when will be end of the war, but just to start to think about the helping in the improving of infrastructure, healthcare system, education system, also to support Ukraine in some internal challenges which are connected with the fighting of corruption, organized crime, which still existing in the country. So rebuilding of Ukraine is very important. This is the question of our security or security of Europe. And in context of the relation between Russia, which are not existing political relation with Russia, um, our country is not selfish, and we don't have nothing against that. Also, Ukraine be part of Euro integration to start the oven, let's say, integration process.
Hmm.
We don't want to say that they, because it's war there or they are not ready enough, or it's a question of security that they don't have that possibility. No, Montenegro is not selfish at all, and we want to see more Europe, more EU, more common values. And I think that Ukrainians will try to protect the way of life of the European. This is why war start, because they protecting the right to have the over right to choose what kind of system they want, what kind of organization they want to join or they don't want to join. This is the freedom of choice, and we need to protect that in the context of value. What I think that is important is that also Russia have own calculation, and you see that now we had a few days ago or a few weeks ago the BRICS meeting, and BRICS is
Absolutely.
now extending, have the new members, which is also a legitimate thing. So I think that this should be like a motivation for more solidarity and more uh, promotion of unity of Europe. and we should not miss the chance. This is we should not miss the chance, because if we miss the chance, somebody else will use it.
Absolutely.
This is in the business, this is in daily life, it's everywhere, it's the same. So if you are not using the opportunity, somebody else will use opportunity, and you will be unhappy because of that. I think that we need more unity, and we need to continue to support Ukraine. Montenegro, it's not only supporting with the accepting of the refugees. Montenegro support also financially. That
Hmm.
is not big, but it's big for us because we are a small country. Military, giving the military support, and to be honest, maybe it's a critic to the another states. If some another, let's say, superpower of the rich countries support in the same percentage like Montenegro, Ukraine will win the war very soon. If we comparing how much spend the small Montenegro defense budget is
Hmm.
supporting of Ukraine, I think that if some big country and rich countries making the same percentage of support, I think that they will come to the victory pretty soon.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I think that this should be like a motivation. It's not a criticism. I
Yeah.
understand that everybody have their own interests. Germany, France, Italy, I don't know, another countries. Everybody have own interest. This is okay, but sometimes I think that also small countries can give the very good example and can be like a symbolical motivator for the how we need to have the behavior in some critic situation, because today is Ukraine, tomorrow can be some another countries.
Yeah.
This is what we need to understand. It's not that we help somebody specifically because it's the Ukraine. It's not matter. It doesn't matter in this moment. It's supporting of the protecting of values, and tomorrow, in all cases, we need to have the same approach.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you laid a few concrete action points there, but I think it's very true. The future of Ukraine is a harbinger for the future of Europe. Um, I didn't know you mentioned you came to Bled maybe a decade ago as part of the Younger Forum. When I had the privilege of hosting you in Oxford last time, you gave some very key advice to all the young people there, many of whom want to go into politics, and I know that resonated with a lot of them. You're one of the youngest political leaders in the world. As you kind of look out to the sort of changing geopolitical environment today, and as you forecast how the global order will be 5, 10, 15 years from now, what advice would you give a young person going into politics?
Um, you know, maybe 10 years ago, I didn't know that I will join the politic in
Hmm.
this way, but things happen like that, and the idea is that, and this is my, let's say, like advice, and some friendly speaking with young people. It's you need to do and to work just something in what you really believe,
Hmm.
and in that sense I think that you will come to the success. So um, we should not listen. I have a lot of my friends and also my family, which when I start in the politics, they say it's okay, you have some good ideas, and we appreciate your energy or your knowledge and everything, but you should know that nothing can be changed, and you're just wasting of time.
Hmm.
It's really demotivating, and that was the
Hmm.
everywhere in every step. With a lot of people which I talk also from my generation, but also my family environment, people who was around me, it was only maybe few people who say, "Okay, try. Maybe you will succeed. Maybe not." But it's not like that.
Yeah.
So uh, everything is possible if you uh, are really dedicated to come to some goal, but in the honest way.
Hmm.
And we have the specific situation which I want to share with you, like a motivation for the people, that in Montenegro, before that period when we come to the power, that was 3 years ago, in 2020, we never have the changing of government in election, never in history of our country.
Yeah.
And this was the motivation for everybody who works in like who start like a position of government of that time,
Yeah.
and all people say you just spending them, this will not happen. So we will again, the same people will win, same, everything will be the same. And now 3 years later, it's a change lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the country is perfect. I'm not saying that country don't have the challenges. I'm not saying that there are not many things which we need to make better in our country. But the country is in change, is to destroy the political monopoly in the country. Now everybody believe and everybody feel that every single vote is important.
Yeah.
Every single person can make the change. Every single voice can make the difference. And this is what is like, I see like the biggest output of this process. So my advice, my comments, it's not like advice, maybe somebody will want to hear, but it's like the comments is that young people should really do things in what they believe. If they believe that they can make some application which can change the world, they should
Hmm.
work on that. If they think that in politics they need to fight for the more justice, they need to do that. It's not easy. We need a lot of time. Sometimes things are not how we think that they are, but nothing is impossible. And I think that we need to understand that time by time is also a question of the some situation, and we need to use that. If you ask me, are you still have, because before I have very bad opinion about the politics and about the politician, I have same opinion. I
Hmm.
didn't change the opinion. I think that the people coming with a different interest, many times that interest is not something what we speaking,
Of
what they
course.
speaking. Many times it's not sometimes question of justice. It's not sometimes questions of to make something good for the people, but many times it's the personal interest and everything. But this is what I say: if you work in honest way,
Hmm.
if you are honest to yourself first, and after that to other people, I think that nothing is impossible. So who really think that we need the new leadership around the globe, I invite them to just jump on the stage and fight in honest way with the democratic rules, to fight and to convince the people that that is something what all of us need.
Absolutely. It sounds like you were met with a substantial amount of resistance, especially given the kind of longevity of establishment politics in Montenegro. But it sounds like you've turned that all into motivation for yourself. And I see the advice for young people is believe in yourself, believe in your cause, and dive right in just like you did. Prime Minister, thank you so much for taking the time. I wish you best of luck for the day ahead.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and it's always pleasure. You can always count that I will be ready to work with you, and hope see you in Oxford or in some another universities.
Absolutely. You're always
I
invited.
think
Yeah.
I think that it's good to bring the politician back to the university.
Yes.
That is another world, and I think that it's I'm trying to be as closer as possible, but I don't like that I don't see too many colleagues who visiting university.
Yeah.
It's good to have more politicians which are somewhere close to the university.
Yeah.
That can
Absolutely.
be
Look,
valuable and
you're
better.
always invited back to Oxford. Definitely on your next trip to the UK, we'll line something up. But thanks again for taking the
Thank you
time.
very much. It was a
Appreciate it.
pleasure.